said, I am happy Nnamdi Kanu was repatriated. It will teach others a lesson, El-Rufai. El-Rufai is saying that he is happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is repatriated. Repatriated means to, return back, to return a person back to his country of origin. So El-Rufai is saying that he is happy that they have brought Mazi Nnamdi Kanu back to his country of origin. So the media went ahead and said, sir, why are you happy? Are you aware that this man was extraordinary renditioned? El-Rufai went ahead to say, please stay with me because we are going to expose a lot of things today. El-Rufai said, I was happy for two reasons. That he's happy for two reasons. First, the man was on trial and he jumped bail. That in itself is a crime and no legal system should accept that, Mr. El-Rufai said. El-Rufai said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on bail and is on trial rather, and he jumped bail. That no system will accept that. That is one of the reasons why he's happy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is brought back to Nigeria. Okay? The Kaduna governor made this comment in an interview with BBC Pidgin on Friday, where he noted that the arrest serves as a deterrent to those challenging the authority of the Nigerian state. All right? He has violated several laws of Nigeria, and it was proper that the federal government followed the processes and used the Interpol red flag system to bring him to justice. All right. So El-Rufai is saying that the federal government of Nigeria used the Interpol red flag system to bring Mazi Nnamdi Kanu out. But I can tell you that this is a lie. Because the Interpol controlling Africa has come out. Of course, you have been following me. I've played the video here. Interpol controlling controlling Africa has come out to say that they are not involved, on the rendition of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the federal government of Nigeria did not use Interpol. Oh yes. Now, he went further to say he should have his day in court. If he is guilty, fine. If he is not, he has insulted us for nothing and we will live with it, Mr. El-Rufai said. Okay, he said, okay, let them take him to court. If he is guilty, fine. If he's not guilty, okay. But Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has insulted them. Lastly, El-Rufai said, okay, Mr. El-Rufai accused Mr. Kanu of challenging the authority of the Nigerian state by instigating the killing of other ethnic groups and calling on people to burn police stations, attacking prisons and releasing prisoners. Did you see the allegation that El-Rufai laid on Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Why did they not bring up this, this in court? El-Rufai said that it was Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that instigated, burning of police station, attacking prisoners and releasing prisoners. All right? So he went further to say, how can you sit in the comfort of another country and be encouraging the killing of citizens, encouraging the likelihood of your own backyard to be a battleground? Who does that? El-Rufai is saying that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is causing mayhem. In fact, most especially in the southeast, which is his hometown. Now, he went further to say, if you are smart, you take battles to other places. You don't invite war to your own people. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is doing, Mr. El-Rufai said. It's all right. He has insulted me so many times, but that's okay. We are leaders, so we have to be insulted even by scallywags like Nnamdi Kanu, he added. Now, do you know the meaning of scallywags? El-Rufai called Mazi Nnamdi Kanu scallywags. It means a rascal person, a good-for-nothing person. So El-Rufai is saying that that good-for-nothing man has insulted us. Today, where is El-Rufai? El-Rufai has spent 2 days in the custody of EFCC rather. And EFCC released him today, being the 19th day. And after EFCC released him, ICPC, went and arrested back El-Rufai. You hear it, ICPC takes El-Rufai into custody after release by EFCC. So there's no going area. As I'm speaking to you now, today is the 19th day. El-Rufai is in custody. And not only that, EFCC has, filed 3-count charges against El-Rufai. In fact, a lot of things has gone down. First of all, I'm going to play the video for you where he said some things about Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And then after that, I will show you a bit of the prophecy that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu gave about him. Because today, it is happening. I call it prophecy turned reality. So please, listen to him first before you listen to this man. Then you tell me who is right and who is wrong. Drop your comment in the comment section what you think, because I tell you that whoever dug a pit will fall into it. Please listen to this.
Arrest the leader of IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu. What will be your reaction when you hear that news?
I was very happy. I was very happy for two reasons. First, the man was on trial and he jumped bail. Okay, that in itself is a crime, and no legal system should accept that. It doesn't matter whether it is Nnamdi Kanu or Nasir El-Rufai. You're on bail. There are conditions to the bail. You have sureties. To jump bail, jeopardizing your sureties, because people that acted as surety, did that out of trust, and you expose them to danger. You expose Senator Abaribe, minority leader in the Senate, to the likelihood of arrest. Because if the judge wanted, you could have arrested Abaribe and put him in prison until Nnamdi Kanu is produced. That's not how we should run our country. So that's one. Secondly, a person that challenges the sovereignty of Nigeria, the authority of the state, and even incites violence to boot, calling on people to burn police stations, to attack prisons and release criminals and kill other ethnic groups. He refers to his own country, whose passport he carried to go to wherever he was, as a zoo. He insults every official. He has insulted me so many times, but that's okay. We are leaders, so we have to be insulted, even by scallywags like Nnamdi Kanu. But how can you sit in the comfort of another country and be encouraging the killing of citizens, encouraging the likelihood of your own backyard to be a battleground? Who does that? If you are smart, you take battles to other places. You don't invite war to your own people. This is what Nnamdi Kanu is doing. He has violated several laws of Nigeria, and it was proper that the federal government followed the processes and used the Interpol red flag system to bring him to justice. And he should be brought to justice. He should have his day in court. If he's guilty, fine. If he's not, he has insulted us for nothing. We'll live with it. I congratulate the federal government. I'm pleased with this development, and this should be a message to all these separatists challenging the authority of the Nigerian state to be very careful. The government may be patient and follow due process, but in the end, you'll face justice.
So, Your Excellency, you talk about the issue of banditry and kidnapping being something where the states they currently battle with. Waiting the states they do, especially when you see, say, in the last couple of months alone, 3 schools, 9.
Basically, that people are trying to sabotage Bola Ahmed Tinubu the same way they sabotaged Abiola, whereas it is Fulani that sabotaged Abiola, not Yoruba Nation. If it were the Yoruba Nation that actually sabotaged Abiola, why do you think they went into Nadeko and fought very, very vigorously? You don't think that we know what they planned? What they planned to do before is that they basically Nigeria is an Islamic country. So after an Islamic so-called Buhari administration, an Islamic Tinubu administration will take over. That's what they want to do. After Tinubu's Islamic administration, then El-Rufai will take over from the north. Islamic. That's what they want to do. They think we don't know. Of course we know. We know all their stupid childish games. That is why they say that the Yorubas are their wives and their slaves. Turning history upside down. Yoruba that fought very hard for June 12th. You are now saying that the Yoruba people sabotaged Abiola when it was you people in the north that said no to Abiola. Did Abiola not bankroll and finance all of you from the Janjaweed North? Wasn't Abiola very close to Babangida? Did he not finance Babangida? Was Abiola not a Muslim? The same way that Tinubu is? You killed him. And now you're turning around. Do you see how they behave? You're not turning around to blame Yoruba for the death of their son. How sad you people are. They say that these are the same people who are now instigating misunderstanding and problems between Southerners and Northerners, not Yoruba and Hausa as he claimed before. See the way they keep playing with words. If you are very foolish, you fall for it. If you're very foolish, you fall for it. But now you can understand the reason why they have given money to Facebook, given money to the media in the zoo to cover all these things. That is what they do. That is what they specialize in. Lies and deception. Lies and deception. And that is why here on this platform, we keep exposing them. Here on this platform, we keep exposing them. And we shall continue to do so until the zoo disintegrates beyond recognition. Go and read it up. They say that Yoruba is their slave. And continuing on this vein, that is the reason why every time they lie, they deceive. There is that girl called Kadira Ahmed. That people are now saying, oh, what she said is correct. But they think that we don't know history. We know everything happening in this zoo because we are part and parcel of the extremism, the banditry, the lawlessness, the insecurity brought about by the Fulani Janjaweed. We know all of that. These people talking rubbish today, they can never rise up. The same Kadira Ahmed cannot rise up and say it is not a good thing that every service chief is Fulani, that every head of a security agency is Fulani. She will never condemn it. She will never condemn the fact that the head of customs is Fulani, head of immigration is Fulani, everything is Fulani. She will never say it. Because they think all of you are stupid. They think you are foolish. But how mistaken they are. How mistaken. Somebody wrote that this Kadira Ahmed is good at doing what their forefathers did, which is takia, to deceive you. Because in Islam is allowed to use lies and deception to defeat unbelievers, the infidels, as they call them. This girl, Kadira Ahmed, who was crying, she was in Zamfara, crying that bandits have run them over in Zamfara. She was the one who was crying. Now, people from the south are saying, no, we don't want to cry the same way you cried in Zamfara. She's complaining. Do you see how they behave? This same girl has never ever condemned El Rufai. All of you listening to my program, even those listening from under the bed, those hiding behind their wife's wrapper, listening to us, you know what I'm saying to be correct. Who amongst you doesn't know that it was Governor El Rufai of Kaduna State that went to West African countries, to the Sahel region, to pay his fellow Fulani murderers and killers to stop killing people in southern Kaduna? How did they get into the country? How those that El Rufai went to pay money to stop coming to southern Kaduna to kill people, how did they get into the country? None of you can ask yourselves this question. Your brain, I don't know what you do with your brain cells. What is the function of your brain? Is it just to eat, to procreate, to steal, to cheat, to lie, to gossip? Is that all your brain is there for? El Rufai, by his own admission, the governor of Kaduna State, traveled out of Nigeria to go and give money to some people. Who are those people he gave money to? They asked him. He said, these are killers and murderers from the Sahel. They are Fulani. They came to avenge the death of a Fulani header in Kaduna State. You traveled outside to go and pay killers, not to come in to kill. How did these killers come in anyway? So are you saying these killers, they crossed the borders of the north with AK-47 and no immigration officer stopped them? Oh, no, sorry. They came in and somebody gave them weapons in Nigeria. Who gave them weapons with which they killed in southern Kaduna in Nigeria? The Nigerian army. All of you know all these things. You keep hiding. You keep dodging the truth all the time. Why, I ask? And I ask this question to that young woman, Kadira Ahmed. Kadira Ahmed, I'm asking her, did you condemn El Rufai when he went to pay your fellow Fulani people in the Sahel to stop killing us in southern Kaduna? What did you say then? You said nothing because you're full and you people are part and part, including Atiku Abubakar. They are all in this game. Did you see how they defend themselves? They can never condemn what is going on. All these people that he needs together. And one idiot from the East will writing rubbish against ESN. Do you see how the Fulanis are cooperating? Now they want to enter into Yoruba. They want to enter into their psyche, into their brain. Oh, we are one people. Remember, you Yorubas, you have Muslims in your midst. Because of that, remember, we are one. You are our slave. You are our wife. We appointed you to all the positions you had in the past. Because of that, join us to go to the East and cross. That is a simple game plan. Unless you're intelligent enough, you to understand it. But that's what we know they'll go to Yoruba first. So after Yoruba, they'll come to the East and then they'll die there. But in the meantime, they want to use Hope Uzodinma and George Obiozor to prop up Imo State as the flag bearer of Islamic Janjaweedism in the East. From today, anywhere you see George Obiozor, arrest him. From today, take it on Hong Kong. They are mad. They want to turn Imo State into a caliphate, a mini caliphate, so that the Janjaweed can come in and tell us, oh, we are all co-owners of Nigeria and Imo State, for that matter. They said with Rochas or Aboga. Rochas, Aboga. I don't know even why they're still bringing in Pampers. You know, he wears Pampers now. I don't know why they're still bringing it in. You know what I mean? When a man starts wearing Pampers, you know what is going on. I don't have to tell you much. But listen to me very carefully. El Rufai is the governor of Kaduna State. No Fulani, Janjaweed, so-called frontline politician or journalist condemned him. Nothing at all. This was the same governor that won, a hoodlum that warned foreign observers that came to monitor elections that if APC doesn't win, he will kill them and send them back in body bags. That is why I'm in the USA, but El Rufai cannot come to the USA. Supposedly, I'm a terrorist and a criminal. He's a governor, executive governor. Places I go to, he cannot go to those places. I'm in America. El Rufai cannot come here. He cannot, because he is the real terrorist. Because the world knows he's the terrorist. Do you know what funniest thing that people don't know? Let me shock everybody who is listening now. It may come to you as a surprise. Do you know that Boko Haram has never ever been designated as a terrorist group in Nigeria? Do you know that? I heard this very morning. I was listening to Megun's diary, a brilliant young man that speaks the truth. It was there. He said it, and I said that is true. And do you know when efforts were going on in the USA to designate Boko Haram a terrorist group, do you know that Britain was against it? Do you know that Britain was against labeling Boko Haram as a terrorist group? Do you know that Nigeria never tagged Boko Haram as a terror group? That was why they were calling them insurgents then. You never hear Fulani man or in government call Boko Haram a terrorist group, never. If you go to where they do their gazetting in the zoo, you will not see Boko Haram as a terrorist group. Go and check. It was the United States of America that designated Boko Haram as a terrorist group. But IPOB is a terrorist group to Fulani. They think they're clever, you know. They think they're so smart. You think you can use the tag of terrorism to shackle us, to bind us together, to chain us to your stupidity. So we will not talk, we won't speak. And then your people from the Sahel will be slaughtering and murdering their way all the way to the Atlantic. Is that what you think? And then we will allow you to do it? All of you are insane. That is to tell you how hypocritical Nigeria is, and especially the so-called Fulani upper looting class. I won't call them elite, because elitism connotes a lot of things that these people, it has a lot of qualities to it. These people will never ever aspire to nor meet in their entire existence on this very earth. They are useless. They are nothing, absolutely nothing. Today we are going to teach them what they don't know. Who will be more dangerous than Governor al-Bashir Bununu of Bauchi State, who amid the tension already in the country felt that it was appropriate to have Fulani headsmen continue to carry AK-47 When elements within them were proven to be involved in kidnappings and killings across the whole South, you come to the South, you kill us. You want us to be singing hallelujah as you're slaughtering us. As some pastors will, all they're concerned about is offering and tithe. But I do commend most of the pastors that have spoken. Some preachers came up to condemn what is going on. That is one that always speaks very, very consistently about the evil and dangers of Fulani Janjaweedism. Nobody can condemn them. To tell that what is happening, the present state of insecurity in the country was well planned by the Fulani and the British. They planned it together. Britain said to them, don't worry, we'll control the world. Don't worry. Go ahead and slaughter them. And that's what they're doing. And doing it in earnest. That is why we are here today preaching this very gospel. The time now is exactly 1 minute past 1 p.m. here. It's in the afternoon in Houston, Texas, because the world is spinning. You know, before I never believed. And when I was young, I felt that if it was dark, it's dark everywhere else in the world. Until I went to secondary school, and at class 2, we learned that the world is actually round and it is spinning, traveling at the speed of over 1,000 miles per hour. As we are right now, the world is spinning. That is why nothing stands still. Nothing can be in one place. That is how nature is. Nature was designed in a way that you cannot stand in one place. If you do, something will happen to you. If not a glass of water. If you leave a glass of water in one place, it will start to smell after a while. See this water you drink. Go and fetch water now and put it in one place. Outside, just cover it. After 3 months, come back to that water and smell it. It will start smelling. Normally, water shouldn't have any smell, because nature abhors anything that stands still. And in the zoo, most of you are standing still. Most of your brains are standing still. You do not follow the times. You are not working with the tide of the time. That is why Fulani can deceive all of you. Come out with all these nonsensical statements. And you believe them. Let me tell you, know what I've done? You see, you can go online on social media and you can find newspapers commenting and writing things about Biafra, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu, and etc. If you go to Google, you cannot see it. If you go to Google, if you Google my name right now, all the news you see is 1 week old, 1 month, 2 months, and all of them negative. Some of you don't understand that we are in the heat of a battle. You cannot see it. Go there, you will see what I'm telling you. All the news, every news where we've been critical of what is happening in the zoo, where we've highlighted what's happening in the zoo, they will never report it. You cannot see it online, never. If you go to Google search or any search engine, you will see it. Because they are prepared. With a war chest of 30 billion, every white consultancy firm, every firm of lawyers and media and PR firms in the Western world wants a chunk of it. And we are human beings. Sometimes when you give somebody $3 million to try to suppress a news that doesn't affect your family, conscience will go through the window. That's exactly what is happening. And that is why idiots like Kadir Ahmed can come up and be spewing all this trash. And you allow that. That is why they will have the temerity to rise up and say that Yoruba people are their slaves. And all of you are quiet and doing nothing about it. Very, very sad indeed. They will never understand the reason why Yoruba youths are fighting to keep their land. Because headsmen went to Ogun State, slaughtered a woman, and dumped her corpse behind Obasanjo's farm in Ota.